Ernestine Maud Bowes-Lyon, known as Teenie to her friends, was born at Glamis Castle in Scotland in 1891 and died in 1981 in Navarrenx, south of France. Her father Ernest Bowes-Lyon, son of Claude Bowes-Lyon, died 10 days after her birth, 2 days after Christmas, in a riding accident in 1891. Teenie's mother was a Drummond, of the family of Drummond's Bank, of 49 Charing Cross, the bank of the royal family. Teenie grew up in Glamis Castle along with her younger cousin Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, the future Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother, and learned to drive a coach and four down Glamis Drive. During her early years she had the privilege of meeting and learning from poets, writers, philosophers, and other intelligentsia of the period. Wodehouse remained a friend and correspondent until his death, and one of his last letters written was to Teenie. She met Ronald Grant de Longueuil, 10th Baron de Longueuil, at the Christmas ball of the Tate family, Tate Gallery, in December 1913. Having eloped with Ronnie and the ensuing scandal, she followed Ronnie to the Western Front, where she took the role of a nursing assistant dealing with the horrors of the dreadful injuries of the war. He, war-weary and uncertain of his future, asked her to return to her family. Shocked at this and the certain humiliation, she took out of her shoulder bag the small revolver she kept for protection, and shot herself in the chest. Miraculously she survived, with the bullet lodged by her heart, and in hospital informed Ronnie that she was pregnant. Ronald and Ernestine moved to the Chateau of Sus, near Navarrenx in the southwest of France. Essentially they were squatters. Raoul Charles was born in 1919, and Raymond de Longueuil followed soon after in 1921. Raoul, who went on to be a naval aviator and was killed over the North Sea in 1942 in pursuit of the Nazi Tirpitz battleship, hence Raymond II born inherited the title Baron de Longueuil. She sketched and painted in watercolor, and in 1970 had her own exhibition in France and was greeted in a number of local papers. One thing that recurs daily is her routine of afternoon tea, prompt at 3:45, or 4 p.m., invariably with tea that was a mixture of Ceylon and Earl Grey. She told stories to her grandson Michael Grant about Glamis Castle being haunted and her experiences there. She and her husband Ronnie traveled widely in Europe, especially Switzerland. She had her hip replaced in 1976 and was swimming in the river 6 months later. In fact, Teenie had been swimming in the local river up to 6 months before she died. The bullet lodged in her heart remained there for over 60 years until her death at age 91. Teenie's great-granddaughter is the actress and adventurer Rachel Grant de Longueuil, best known for her role as Bond girl Peaceful in the James Bond film Die Another Day.